Hello.
I'm outside, Mom.
Call Ben's number. I'm live.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Bye. Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, October 12th, I think. Let me check. October 12th, 2024. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live 2 hours sew and chat. Today, I am going to be sewing some pieces that I cut incorrect, because if I don't sew them now, I probably will never sew them, and then they'll just be wasted fabric. So I'd rather sew it into something and then have a possibility of using it somewhere, like as a border or something like that on some future project. So that's what I'm working on today. That was my daughter on the phone calling. She's supposed to have been here at 6 with Jersey, and she calls. Soon as I go live, that's when she calls. So that's why I was trying to wait till the exact last minute to come on here. So I told her to call my husband and have him, open the door. So this is going to be interesting because Jersey's not going to be happy. But I'll go get her so she'll possibly be here. So let me see who's in the chat while he's bringing her in, because she was supposed to bring food, so I'm hungry too. So that's a whole nother issue. But we'll see how today goes. We've got Betsy here. My brother's here saying hello. Delia Shorts here. Nikki B. And Patricia Priest. Vivian Calvi. Francis Jackson. Give it to me in here because she's going to be in here.
Okay.
And did you bring that other thing? That learning thing?
No, I just got her tablet.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be rough.
Well, her tablet is fine.
She kind of likes that. Okay. Well, look at you.
Can you zip this up in the back? I can't.
Oh, I know. I thought you was talking to me. I said last time I played with you with a zipper, it was not cute.
No.
Sorry, guys. I got Miss L. I call her Ellie. And we've got her tablet, so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, stand at the door, Ben. I'm just gonna grab
See ya. Yeah. So what did you? Don't be trying to come over here trying to be no hoochie mama on my channel.
Hi, guys.
She is a hot mess.
It's my
I'm
20-year reunion.
I'm glad they can't see a whole lot either.
Hi, guys. Hey.
That's enough.
Nothing
Don't
is
be in
showing
here
though.
bouncing.
Nothing is showing though.
You got some see-through parts.
Nothing is showing.
I didn't ask you
Look at
all
me, I
of it.
made
I
my
like your
socks.
shoes.
I made my socks.
I'm surprised you didn't wear heels, but that's
no, that's
cute.
a sneaker ball.
Oh, it's a sneaker ball.
Yeah.
But that's really cute.
Thank you. Okay, I'll be back with Jersey.
Sorry for the interruptions, guys. And matter of fact, hey, Ben. He doesn't know. I'll be right back. I got to get Jersey's chair. She ain't going to sit in it. I can't believe the little girl graduated high school 20 years ago. I say, you put a child in your life and all your years, the years just roll on by at that point. It is not cute at all. Get her chair ready. Jersey is not somebody that likes to sit. So it really is not gonna matter. She is a pacer. So let's see, we got Sue GSD here saying 265 days, Teaquilters. get ready for the best retreat and fun ever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I did some errands this week, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Damali J is here. Welcome, welcome. Is she not crying? Go ahead and take her with you, but take this iPad. Is she not crying? Because I'm going to just pass this that way so she don't see me. Oh, take this one too, Ben. I'm sorry. Can you take... Uh-oh, she looked and saw me. She knows who Pawpaw is, but if it's a choice between me and Pawpaw, she chooses me. So she's not crying. So if she's not crying, I'm going to go send her down. And then we'll bring Jersey back toward the end so we can do something on the live chat, okay? Vivian Calvi is here. Dolores Phelps, Maddie Barnum, Kevin the Quilter, Remo JS. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to pin your thumb up to show your love and support. And subscribe. You won't be disappointed. You don't want to miss the show. That's what she said. She normally says disappointed. I'm assuming Bonita Nance is in here, so that means that my chat isn't giving me all the messages. So let me go change that. And then as soon as I change that, it's not going to give me the new messages, okay? That's just how my situation is working over here. Let's see. I am... Bonita says 2 thumbs up today. She said, can't wait to see that little girl. She's so tall. I didn't see your comments while the beauty queen was here, but she looks really cute. I had Jersey earlier today while she went and got her, supposed to have been hair done, but she ended up doing it for her makeup. So I watched her maybe about 3 hours earlier today. And I told her to come get Jersey so I can figure out what I'm going to do for a live chat. So that's what I did in between. Took a little nap because I didn't get but like 3 hours of sleep because I was supposed to originally watch Jersey at 8, but her appointment got changed. So that kind of threw everything off too because I don't go to bed till 5. So yeah, so I had her pick Jersey up for a few hours just so I can give me a nap and I needed to prepare for today. So we got Michelle the Quilter saying how beautiful your daughter is. And Sharon Lewis says that too. And Bonita. I have to tell her when she comes back. Judy Smith is here. Nikki saying she's beautiful as well. Hi, Pamela Ebel. And Dorothy Battle. Trying to get all the people. Hopefully I got everybody. Melody Kiefer. Thank you, Francis, for paying the rent, which means she has hit the thumbs up button. If you have not hit the thumbs up button, please go hit it for me. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Remo said, just got home from Quilt Expo and dinner in Cincinnati. My husband came to town to celebrate my 63rd birthday. Yes, so happy birthday. I put a post on your Facebook page, but I'm not sure, girl. You know, you might have a whole lot of them out there that you just ain't had time to be on Facebook either. So, but happy birthday to you as well. She's saying thank you. So yeah, today again we're working on. I'm cutting kits and I'm cutting the chisel die. And the chisel die needs to be cut with all of your fabrics facing right side up. And what did I do for? I got some stuff flying around, lint or something. I hope it ain't no camouflage. I got I cut a stack of fabrics, and when I cut them off the bolt, I had them, you know, right and wrong sides were together, of course. And then, of course, your right sides are going to be together when you fan folding onto the die. So what did I do? I went and cut 10 layers of stuff the wrong way times 6. I cut 60 pieces wrong. So I've got a few pieces here. That was one cut. And then on another cut, so I didn't cut 60 pieces wrong. I had 8 things on the die, but I was cutting 2 pieces out of the one fabric, and once it was cut, you can't do anything else with it. So once I cut the first piece wrong, I had to go ahead and cut the second piece wrong. So that was 8 times 10 is 80. So what happened was 40 of them were correct and 40 of them were not. So I am trying to figure out how to use some of the pieces that I cut wrong. So I only am able to sew like 10 of the pieces that I cut wrong on the chisels. They're facing the wrong direction. And then on these chisels, I cut them in the right direction, but I didn't notice, you know how when you're cutting fabric over and over and you've got your measurements and then you mismark, and I miscut these, cut them too short. So I'm going to just show you this stack on top. I got pieces. You see how they're not even the same size on the bottom? And then let me turn to the back so you can see what the back of the stack look like. So these chisels are all different sizes. Now I can do a few things with this. I figured out in my head 3 ways that I can utilize this. I could go ahead and sew a half square triangle on here and square these up to 3.5 inches. And then I'll have 3-inch finished half square triangles. I can chop them all to the same size as to the smallest one once I sew them. Or I can just leave them all to whatever size they are. And then when I start putting this into maybe like a border or something, say I'll just put some kind of plain piece of fabric in the middle to extend them. And that's what I'm going to do so that I have the least amount of waste. Is that I'm just going to sew whatever size they end up being. I'm going to just have some kind of spacers in between my chisels. And I have 54 of these that are sewn wrong. So I can put whatever, you know, let's say 54 divided by 4 is 1. So 13. So at least 13 of these, if I had a square quilt, I could put 13 of these on each side of a quilt. And then whatever space I need extra, I can just put spacers in between to figure all of that out. I got my fan on high. That might be why I'm seeing little lint balls flying around. I put on the shirt. I'm not hot until I come in here and I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 lights up there, 1 light over here, 1 light here, 1 light there, and it's a lot. It's a lot of lights, and they're supposed to be, you know, the lights that don't get hot. They're not hot to the touch. I got an out light here, LED daylights everywhere else, and I still get hot with all these lights. So it's just me. I get hot with LED lights. So, and that's what Benita was saying, do a reverse chisel. I only have 10 that are reversed. And so I got all the pieces here. And I guess I can show you that now. I did this hour to friendship in, remember I did this sewing with you all? Let me show it again. But my background was gray, and then I had black half square triangles, and I had all African prints. So I'm making floral kits. And so I went ahead and made this pattern. And so what I'm going to do is I got enough to make 2 blocks, but they'll be going in the opposite direction. And so then I can just put those 2 blocks up. I'll have 2 extra pieces that I'll figure out what to do with in some future quilt. And then the only thing is I got 6 of one fabric and 4 of the other. Because when you're cutting in stacks, you know, you're cutting, especially when you're cutting from yardage that you got left or fabric scraps, you can only cut so many. So when I cut wrong, I was cutting 6 layers, and then this was the other 4 for 10. And so then I cut, 10 the wrong way. But, so I got pieces to sew. These are full size. So let me show you one that's full size. And I can't even show you on the right side because they go in the opposite direction. My short piece is cut in the right direction. There is no wrong direction, but if your pattern only calls for chisels in one direction, then you need to cut them all in one direction. This is one of those patterns where they need to be all in one direction. So you can see how much shorter that chisel is. It's over an inch. Yeah, it's over an inch. So I'll just sew these together. This goes up here. This goes back over here. I think it was on the back. That's why I'm having some difficulty. So that's what the project is going to be today. Let me see who else has come in just in case. Remo says she went shopping 2 days straight. Girl, I know you did some damages. Margaret Dearden's here. Margaret says, "Ooh, that really hurts when it's cut wrong." It's not, because like I said, it didn't hurt, but I know that when I have this many chisels that I've miscut, it was 54. So 64 chisels that I've miscut. So I had to purposely cut some. Well, I miscut 64 plus 40, so 104, because I miscut these too. Fan folding the fabric. So I went ahead and just cut half square triangles to go with that, because you can't miscut half square triangles. They can be right and wrong sides together. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's what we're working on today. I made a few kits of Hour to Friendship using these fabrics this is the stuff I messed up. It's going to be all florals with light orange and then a medium, I guess it's medium orange because I don't consider it dark. So that's going to be a kit, just things I'm working on. And I forgot about this. Deborah Quilts, hello, welcome to the chat. Remo says, "I'm grateful, my quilting family. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your family." That's so sweet. I really like the fabric you're using, yes. And this is the thing, I've made, your girl got so much fabric, and I don't have place for all of this stuff, so I'm cutting it. And I have made at least 5, maybe 6 different all floral quilts with maybe an accent of color. And it's like, how many floral quilts do I need? So I'm trying to use some. I still have a lot. I have one of those IKEA kid toy boxes filled, and it was stuffed trying to close it, open and close it. And it was so heavy because I have it under my long arm, and my long arm is on carpet because I like the padding underneath for my feet. They don't hurt. And so I have to lift when I pull out. And now that I've been cutting these fabrics, oh, it's so much lighter. Do I still have floral prints? Yes, a lot still. But I'm going through a whole lot of them and starting to cut some of this stuff. So that's what I'm currently doing. I like all the fabric, and it's really hard. As I'm cutting stuff and seeing it, I'm like, why did you cut that? Why did you cut that? But it's like, this stuff something's got to move. Something's got to go, and I don't want to put anything in the trash can. So that's the other issue that I have. I don't like stuff going to the trash. So let me open this package. This package came in the mail from Sharon. She was the one the second person to win the Halloween quilt. And so she sent the package in the mail. I thought it was her sending me a t-shirt or something. And I said, well, let me just write her and see if she's sending back a t-shirt. I'm like, I don't need that t-shirt back. But, because because I got to make her a new shirt. It's still on my to-do list, Sharon. But I'm trying to do some things that I should have done long time ago. I should have been cut kits because I have no kits in stock. So I'm trying to get kits in stock because I'm going to be going. I want to put some on the website eventually. I want to I got lectures. I got other people requesting lectures, and it's like I don't have anything to sell when I go. So I'm trying to. All this week I have cut kits. Half of last week I cut kits. So I'm trying to cut kits. She says, "Hi T, I thought of you when I bought this fabric from the vendor. I hope you like it. Like the cut." Okay. Oh, wow. And I'm looking at this. She attended the Sew Expo 24 in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So that's where she was. And this store is called Motherland Fabrics. And she went to their website. Ooh, I've been seeing this one and been interested in that one. I'm not showing y'all. Let's see which one she got. I already know I love it, Sharon. Oh my goodness. It is so beautiful. And it's a panel. It goes the whole yard. Let me see. I like to see that too. Yes, it goes the whole yard. Beautiful. Let me show you guys. So y'all don't fuss at me. You're not going to be able to see it all, but I will show you this half. It is gorgeous. And then the rest of it's probably going to be bodies. Okay. So that was it looked like, let me hold on. It's like you can't. I thought it was going to be their bodies down on the bottom, but it's more women. So I'll just gradually move it up so you can see most of it anyway. Right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Love the colors. Thank you so much for thinking of me. That is beautiful. I don't even know how you sent it to somebody. That's how I do when it's time to cut African fabric. It's like, I don't want to cut it. It's like, girl, cut this fabric. I still haven't cut 10-inch squares yet because I forgot I needed to cut the floral kits. So, and that's really pretty. Thank you so much. That is really special. And she says, "You're welcome. Thank you for all you do for us." Well, thank you. That is really sweet. This was a surprise in the mailbox today. I wasn't expecting anything. I've been just going to the mailbox. Most of my people paying for retreat now does it electronically, which I'm glad because it reduces the fact, because I get people like, for some reason, to Sharon's area, it takes her stuff like 10 days to 2 weeks. And one time it took like 3 weeks. She had sent another check. That check came the day before the other check came, okay? So some stuff is weird happening with the mail system, and it's nothing that we are doing as consumers of the post office. It's just something weird is going on. Maybe they got a lot of turnover or something. I have no idea, but yeah. So we're going to start with the pieces that are the wrong way, because we're going to make these into some hour to friendship blocks, but they'll be going the opposite direction. And I'm not going to use it in my current project, so it's not really going to matter. A lot of people, let me see what y'all saying about this fabric. Hello, Diane McCoy and Chocolate Quilts, Paula S., Janet McCarroll, Celia Swain, Minnie Dula, Make sure I got everybody. Melinda C. She says, I have power today. Thanks for all the prayers. That is awesome. So glad. And Linda Gray loves that panel. Maddie, C Joy Creations. Kevin, I don't need you in the peanut gallery. He is such a mess. All right, so we're going to make 2 blocks because I have 10 and I need 4 to make 2 blocks. So that's what we're going to do first. Get those out the way. And let me make sure my iron is on. So when it's time to press, I can press. I got this fan kicking on high, boy. Jersey is too funny. You know, her mom works from home. So Jersey basically sees her mom all day, every day. So when it's time for somebody else to watch her, now I video chat to make sure she don't forget, you know, who I am. I try to babysit like Tuesday evenings, but Steph hasn't been going the last 2 Tuesdays, so I haven't seen her in 2 weeks. So she just a hot mess. She don't want to leave her mama. So when her mama is there, she just passes out like she's just gonna faint. Everything in her world is just horrible. And then like before her mom's even fully out the driveway, she's no longer crying. But just the Passover is where she acts a fool. So, but I don't pay her any attention. I just bring her right on in the house. Come on, girl. I get in the house, then she my best friend, okay? She is something else. So, I'm gonna sew, I guess 6 of these, I guess. 4 of these for right now, because I got 2 extras. I'm gonna use those for chain piecing with. Actually, 4 extra. I don't know why I cut. Well, I just gotta sew them anyway. It doesn't matter. I was saying I don't know why I cut 2 extra of these, but they were already cut, so never mind. That's why we're sewing these, because they're cutting mistakes. If I put them up, they'll never get sewed. They'll never get used. But if I do this and then put them in a baggie and put them somewhere and they're already sewed, it's more chance that I will use these now. And I've cut 2 kits. I've cut with florals. I've cut crazy quilt blocks, and I've also cut the Hour to Friendship is what I'm calling this. And so I could use these on any of those if I decide to sew one. But we shall see. All right, so this is 2 extra that I don't need right now because I need to sew 4 of these, 8 of these. So I need 2 left of these and 2 of those. And then I sew the rest. Let's see. Patricia says, gorgeous fabric. Thank you. Hi, Annette Bailey. She says she hope everyone is doing well. So that's really sweet. I know some people going on a cruise Monday. They were so worried about Milton because, you know, of the changes. You never know what change is going to happen. And pray to God that there's not another one that's going to be coming that way. So I can't remember where they're going. I don't know if it's a Bahama cruise. I can't remember. I know they're leaving out of Fort Lauderdale. So those are going to be more your Southern Caribbean. I have to wait and see the post on Facebook, I guess. See, on the half square triangles, it doesn't matter if they're right sides together or wrong sides together. But those chisels, they are not joking. I might have a little white on this one. We'll see. It doesn't matter. It's an extra. She says, hi, Sharon. Oh, that's Sharon. Paula talking to Sharon. I don't read those. Sue says her husband is hunting. She's got the house to herself, settled in to watch TV, and I have to turn TV way up because the dog is snoring so loud. Jersey, she is a mess. She does not like sleeping or naps, anything of that, because she's going to be missing something. I took that little girl out on my deck and I let her just pace herself out. And then it was so funny because she started getting mad and irritated because she was getting tired. You could see her little legs. She started walking like she was drunk or something. And her little legs just about to give out. And I'm praying to God that this girl just don't fall heads down into this deck. I tried telling her to come take a nap, come sit with Gigi. She'll come over there for a split second and then she'll squirm and get back down and start back pacing again. I wore her out on that deck. I was sitting in a chair. I let her do what she wanted to do. She came in the house. She was still acting a little irritating. But I laid down with her on my bed, and then she went right on to sleep. She was out until she heard her mama's voice. When she got ready to pick her up, she had been asleep about 40 minutes maybe. She heard her mama's voice. She woke up, but she was still like really sleepy. So we'll see if she go to bed tonight. She's supposed to get picked up about 1 or something. Oh, shoot, I forgot to ask my daughter if she found somebody to watch her tomorrow. I forgot to ask her that when she was here because I told her to find somebody and she's never responded. So I'm going to have to text her. I'm going to text her now because I don't want it to get too late and she can't text somebody while she's let's see, at the party. At the sneaker ball. Let me go over here. Okay. So I don't need to know what her response is. I just need to ask her. All right, so now we need to just sew one of something to get the other pieces off. Whoops. I can't hold on to it. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So Jersey probably she took a slight nap, so she gonna probably be up a good chunk of time. Unless she gets bored with my husband, but mostly she just sits and plays with her. She's got games on her, like kids learning games on her. It's not an iPad, it's a tablet, like an Amazon Fire or something. I don't know nothing about none of that. Amazon, whatever they sell. And my daughter has games on it, learning games. She has a learning, like the game where you can put the cartridges in them, but she didn't bring that one. She tends to like that. All right, lucky me, iron is still hot. So yay for that. See, the fabric is very rich looking. Like I said, these, what I'm sewing on now, is just two fabrics that I happen to mess up with. So they're not representative of the whole stack, but these more are. But I told you all on Wednesdays, whenever I'm making scrap quilts, and a lot of people have told me they like my sense of color, they like all of that. I think most of it has to do with value, number one. And then number two is I use all sizes. I use some large stuff, some small stuff, some solids, some medium-sized stuff. So on my florals, I've got florals of all kind. I even probably got something, I don't think I have any like official calicos, but I've got some small prints. But I hate calicos. They were always dark. They always were more reproduction stylish to me, even though they weren't all necessarily reproductions. But that's what they reminded me of, because they were all muted. Like it seemed like it had a gray undertone when I first started quilting. Let me put that on because it's not hot anymore. Doo-doo. Helena says she will be cruising 3 through 25. Oh, in November. Okay. So the 3rd through the 25th. So that's cool. Girl, that's a lot of days. I did 18 for the Hawaii cruise. Honey, that was a lot of days on that ship. Well, we had 6 days that we didn't dock anywhere, and I think that was part of it. You know, when you go on cruises that's got some distance to them and there's nothing in between, there's nothing to stop at, it's like those are horrible for me. I like having, I like one day, like, you know, to get to a place, we don't get off the next day. But the day after that, I'm kind of ready to get off. Now, the only thing that saved me on the Hawaii trip was that we had classes. And, you know, I didn't do like bingo, that type of stuff. But I did do a lot of the music stuff. I went into the different clubs. You know, that's basically what they are. I went into the different clubs and just sat down. Sometimes I had my iPad. I was reading because I would get there early to make sure I got a seat where I wanted to sit. So then I'd sit there with my iPad and read. I did a lot of reading, and then I took that hand class the last, like 2 days before the end. I took a hand class. So then I started working on that. I was working on sashiko. So I enjoyed it. But I had something to do, thank God. Because otherwise I would have gone mad 6 days without getting off a ship. And that was going and a coming, okay? 6 going and coming back. Well, coming back, it was 5 because we stopped in Mexico, which is a required stop. All right. So I need to see how I want these. I think if these are spinning, then these need to be down. I think that's right. But let's make sure before I sew all this stuff together. And I have to make sure they're on the right side. Okay, I think that's correct. Because if you were here and I put this here, well, this one's got to be on the inside, right? Wait a minute. Yeah, because we want to spin the center here. See, these are reversed, so I got to figure that out before I sew this stuff together. So let's put my reverse pieces down first. And then put the other piece down. So if this is up, this is down. Oh no! See, it won't make the hourglass unit on the reverse. So I may be sewing these the same direction. That's why I needed to lay them out, because we want an hourglass. Although this is only 2 blocks, it's not going to do that, but you know, still. So I may have to put these both going in the same direction. And then, nope, they're going to end up making something else. See, that's why you need to make sure your fabric is cut in the right direction when you're cutting. So I will not be putting these blocks together, because it'll end up with a square of the orange fabric on all 4 corners. And I only got 2 blocks anyway, so it's not like it's going to happen. So I'm just making 2 blocks. What I needed to do was know that I needed to sew everything, how I needed to sew the chisels together to get the front to the middle part to spin around. So because it's in opposite directions, I can't do the pattern that I want to do. That's good to know. If I get somebody's picture and say, mine's is not turning out right, and I go, okay, I can see what happened. Especially if you're not die cutting, because you could easily sew the piece onto the wrong corner too. I think we're going to be running out of thread at some point. Let's see. Marie Mo is reminding you all to hit that thumbs up button. She says that the numbers aren't matching. Please get them thumbs up. Show your love and support. You won't be disappointed. Think how much information Miss T is. I can't see that word. Get it together. Something, get it together. So yeah, so I'm just sewing these because we're sitting out for being miscuts, and I'm like, I went and cut some half square triangles. I did have to cut half square triangles because I didn't have that, because I didn't miscut that. But I'm like, let's sew this stuff together. Get it done. So now we're just going to go ahead and run these through too. No big deal. Floral prints on top. Just have to, because I got them rotated on my board now, so I'm trying to pick them back up. They're all sewed the same way. Floral on top. So let's see. I'm taking tomorrow off. I am doing that, and then Monday I will be packing up for my lecture that I'm doing at my quilt guild on Thursday. I'll go through I'll pull up the last time I did that lecture, see if I want to switch some quilts that I've made recently into it and take some old ones out. So that's kind of what I do, and I do all of that from paper. And then once I get the paperwork done, then I start pulling those quilts, and then I get them all in the order of how they're going to be presented at the guild. So it's a process. And then people say, they charge too much to give a lecture. They charge too much for this. They charge too much for that. Girl, I worked on this thing like 3 days before I finally got to you. And now here I am. And I pull all my own stuff out the car. I have my own. I have dollies, but I also use a wagon now. I've been using the bags because the dollies have been. The dolly is heavy and it's been hurting my back. So I've been not using that. Let me get this one off. This is the one I need. So now I'm just going to press all of these all in the same direction. I don't have to press these open because it's the block itself. I don't think any half square triangles meet up. We'll find out in a minute. Especially since I don't have them making the design that I wanted to because I cut them wrong. And then on these other ones, they'll be going the opposite direction. So you'll see that too eventually, I guess. Trying to get through my stack of pieces before I have to put the iron back. May not make it. Got 3 more to go. And in my kit, I have kits where you have 4 fabrics that match. And then I also have kits where you got only 2 fabrics match, so you can just put it together scrappy. I like the scrappy look, but because what I did was I cut all of one stack of fabric and then I went and put them into the piles. So when I was cutting, I cut 4 of the same ones wrong. So therefore, I'm stuck with putting 4 of the same ones together. I don't have scrappy for these, but when I get to these other ones, I do have them where I could put them in sets of 4s, but I'm not. This 1/4 turn, 1, 2, and then 1/4 turn. Just getting everything lined up here. All right, so now we just sew all of these into half blocks. Hi, Maxine. Howdy do, Miss T. Are you from Texas? Oh, Mary F. No, she is not. Oh my goodness. Remo to my thank goodness I don't drink, but special check isn't catching the missing letters, but spell check. Girl, it does that to me a lot, and it's embarrassing, but hey, I just keep on moving. I don't have time for the petty stuff. It's enough going on in this world not to be worried about somebody thinking you're stupid. I got a lot of other things to worry about. Hi, Rhonda Barlow. Welcome to the chat. I don't know if I even told y'all that I went to Joann's. I haven't even talked about what I've done, anything, I don't think. But I went to Joann's to get some Peltex. Because I ordered some stabilizer that I thought was going to be another company's version of Peltex, but it was just some heavy stabilizer. It's not the same. So I went to Joann's to get Peltex. However, if I had ordered online, it was going to be, they had it half off. I think it was half off. I can't remember what the percent was off on interfacing. So whatever interfacing was, that's what it was last week. I don't know if it's still on this week. It could be. It was $4 something a yard. So let's just say $4.24 or whatever. But when you went online and if you ordered more than, or 10 yards, which 10 yards or more, which 10 yards is a bolt of Peltex. And I need a lot of Peltex. I use it for the name badges for retreat. And then I also will use it if I'm doing one of those sturdy bowls, things like that. I use it in different things. So it's like every once in a while I look up and they go, you need Peltex. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I had less than a yard here. So I decided I better get some Peltex. So at this time I'm going to the store because I am not going to be buying anything else from Checkers that I've got a whole boat of that's the wrong thing. So I go to Joann's to make sure. Oops, it wasn't on there. I don't think it's hot. So I go in there and I tell them, I said, can you tell me how much does 10 yards cost? She comes back and tells me it's $4.24 a yard. I said, yeah, but I want to know how much does 10 yards cost, because online it's $36, whereas if I was in the store and bought 10 yards, it was going to cost me 40 something dollars. So she says it's ringing up the same price whether it's 1 yard or 10. So I go, okay. So I just told her I didn't need a cut. So what I did was I went into my app, the Joann's app, and ordered from, I'm trying to make sure I want to press these the same direction. I ordered on my app, still holding the boat in my hand. I go to checkout. I get to checkout. They don't have my order in the system, which is fine, but I got it on my phone, okay? And I'm up there talking to her, explaining to her what had happened was. And I ended up telling her, I said, you can give me my order, and then when it comes up here, you can write my order number down, and when they bring it up to the front, because she couldn't do anything because it wasn't in the computer, I said I showed her my name, gave her my name, my order number, and I showed her on my phone where I had just ordered it in the store, that it was for pickup at that store. So we went through all of that, and she let me do it. But I'm like, because otherwise I would have been in the store for like 2 hours waiting for them to push my order through from the app, which makes no sense. So, but yeah, it worked, and I paid, $36 for it instead of 42 and some change. I'm like, I already spent my $6 in gas to come out here. I didn't sit the iron in the base the last time. I just sat it on the machine. It's wanting more. Hi, Becky Bramlett. She says she just got here. She's working on Ripple, a Siobhan Afghan. So that's cool. Cool. I have been pressing with my reliable steam generator, and it's been going very well. It takes distilled water, which is what I use in my my steam press, my fabric press, not a steam. It steams, but I guess it is. It's called Steam Fast, so I guess it is a steam press. But isn't that pretty? I got a little bit of selvage on this half square triangle that'll go into the seam once it's in a block. But that's so pretty. All right, so we're going to turn them around so that they spin. And since I only got the center seam to match, I don't have to worry about pinning. Have no critical points but the center. And then this is my other one. Rotate it around. I was in my pattern, I had set it up for it to be green half square triangles because they're floral. But I couldn't do it because green would be expected. And I told you I'm one of the people that always doing the what's different. So I didn't do green. I ended up using orange instead. But I intended to use a dark green because and I thought some of the fabrics, some of my florals, not what I have here, probably a few, might have some green background, but a lot of the other ones that are not in here had green, and I'm thinking that might be too much green, so I did not do it. I did not do it. I'm probably going to be losing half square triangles, but that's okay because I got a whole bolt of fabric. I cut maybe about, I don't know, 8-9 yards of fabric for the background, this background piece, but I still got plenty. 15-yard bolt, so yes. All right, this is just extra pieces. I'm not even gonna sew them together because they're not making a block, so we don't even have to worry about that. I was trying to see if my daughter responded. Not yet. All right. So I'm going to spin these center seams since it's like a 4-patch. I want to press it flat first though. See if I need to use my seam ripper. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to come this way. There, even my seams are going the opposite direction. It feels so funny because of how I pressed and from the cut. Okay. That's why I tell you, it's so many different designs you can do with the chisel. It's amazing to me what a chisel can do. I'm wondering, you know, my Oliso iron finally went out after many years. I've had this Panasonic since 2018. I feel like it ain't hot like it normally is. Oh, I didn't show you the block. Show it up close so you can see the fabrics. Isn't that pretty? So that's one. Okay. I think my Panasonic iron is jealous. I got a new iron out. I started to pull out my other Oliso because I do have a backup Oliso. But I said, girl, you ain't even used this reliable iron. You need to use this thing. But so far it's doing pretty good. It feels like it's like not really hot, but then the steam is knocking out the wrinkles, so it's weird in that way. A couple times, like I had the end of the bolt where it was really wrinkly. I did have to spray a little bit of sizing on it for that. I just don't feel like my mat is as hot as it used to be. But, you know, it could be just, well, I got this fan on high. That's what it is. I normally have it on medium or low. I got this fan rotating, okay? So that could be some of it. Yeah, this iron is hot. By the time I put the iron back over there with this fan on high, it has cooled off some. So this is my block with the other fabric print. Very pretty. So yeah, so now I'll do some kind of sampler quilt. I've got 2 blocks already made that I can put in there. Or I can use them for centers of bags or anything else that I want to use. So let's see. Minnie says, I'm bad for not catching spell check when it has changed my words. Yeah, I don't even look because it's like I know what I typed and then I look up and I'm like, OMG. They like, what is she even talking about? That's how bad spell check messes me up. So now we're going to sew these. These are sewed the right direction, but they're short. I didn't have enough fabric. So I'm going to sew these together too, and we're just going to keep them, and then we're going to use them in a border somewhere. They're not going to be a block. But even on a sampler quilt, I could even put this on a side or 2 of a quilt. It doesn't have to go all the way around either. But we are not putting my fabric in the trash, okay? I am stingy like that. And I got 54 of these, so this will take a while to sew. And we're already at the hour mark. I was wondering why you have on long sleeve shirt, laughing out loud. Because all my short sleeve shirts are dirty. And I went downstairs to get one off the line because I don't dry any clothes. And all of my Teaquilt shirts were long sleeve. So that's what I have. And I put some clothes in the washing machine, okay? So we don't have this issue hopefully Wednesday. I got to continue to wash because I don't think I even washed any t-shirts in the first load. So I got to go back. I'll wash a load tomorrow. That's why I need days off so I can take care of stuff I need to take care of. Because whenever I don't have a Teaquilt shirt, I have sometimes some of my t-shirts, I'll have them pre-made up, some of them, and I can just go press a shirt. And I would go press a shirt, and I'm like, we're not doing that. You got a gazillion Teaquilt shirts. You don't need to press a shirt. That's what I would normally do, so you never knew. I just gonna make a new shirt. But this has been 2 times now I've been in here with a long sleeve shirt, and I'm like, Not even in the winter in here do I have on a long sleeve shirt for the most part, so. My husband used to be the one that was always hot. And then as he's gotten older, he's gotten where he's colder. And I'm the one that's hot because of getting older. Exactly the same reason. I think I got 9 sets at 6 right here. So yeah, I got plenty of these. And my main goal is to sew them. It's not necessarily to press them, so I'm not going to worry about that part right now, pressing them, because I'm not using them. But if they're sewed, I have a higher probability of using them. And when I miscut this and saw that these chisels were not the correct length, I thought, oh, I wonder what other kind of block I can make with that. So you never know, I might end up creating a block. Who knows? Might do. You never know what they'll end up in. But my little brain got to working. where all of these would be the same size, add on a piece and put it into some kind of block format. But I'm happy with the different lengths. Like I said, I can still put it in a border and use spacers, or just put it on 2 or 3 sides, however far it goes around whatever quilt I make. Next, it could even go on the Hour to Friendship quilt if I make one. I've already made one. I don't tend to make same quilt twice, and I made the first one out of floral, so I don't want to do it in florals. But you never know. Hey, Mona did what? Welcome, welcome. And Betsy says hot and cold also switched with my husband too. Yep. And Carol Williams is here. Hello, Carol. Welcome. She says she's at her class reunion. That's where my daughter is. And I feel so bad because I haven't been to one of mine. I told y'all I went to a meeting about the 10-year reunion, and them little girls was kind of rough. And I'm like, they were still in the same old high school stuff. And I'm just glad that I was hardly ever, I was in class for school, but I was on gymnastics team. So that was also a class for my gym every, when you do it for competition. And then we also did it after school. So I never became friends with but only a handful of girls at school that were not in gymnastics. So I really didn't know them anyway. So I don't even miss them. I miss 2 of my friends. And then my friend's sister, I miss her. Her sister was 2 years ahead of us. And so after she graduated, I didn't hardly see her as much, because she moved out the house. I don't know if she went away to college because we were young. I can't remember all of that, But I knew she wasn't in the house still. So. But I missed her. So it's like I can probably count them on both my hands how many people I would talk to from high school. I told you all I had a male friend too. He was the only child. We went to elementary school together too. So he liked my house because it had other siblings there, a lot of noise. And I liked his house because it was peace and quiet. We used to play cards a lot. When I was a kid, I told you all we played cards for money. Like, it started out as a nickel, like Trump would be a nickel, and then if you go out, what they call, I guess it's called Trump out, I guess. I can't remember now, it's been so long. Then you got double, so you had to pay a dime. So then eventually we got to a dime, and then we got to quarters, and now we play bingo for dollars. And my sister don't even want to play for $1. But we used to play Trouble, Sorry, Monopoly. We didn't play games. Operation. We didn't play games just to be playing them. We played for money. It was so crazy. We were gambling little kids. And it wasn't just our house. It was other people's house too. It wasn't just our house. Now, I think that's where we got it from, was the other people's houses, because we didn't have anybody in our face at that time gambling. So it's just weird. But we did. It's like somebody say, you want to play Sorry? They go, yeah, I want to play. I say, how much you want to play for? I ain't got no money. Okay. I'll play by myself. It was crazy. Spades was, I don't think we played spades for money. I can't remember if we played spades for money. I think we just did that because it was just a thing to do. So I was a gambling child. Yep. Janet says the Panasonic changed the design of that iron a little bit. I got a old, when I bought this in 2018, at that time, and the same thing with my Lisso, I had been using Rowentas before that. And then between buying Rowenta and Olisso, I had tried all the off-brand irons because I had a Black & Decker iron that lived almost as long as my age because I had it as a teenager and it lasted for over 30 years. So I went back to that. I went to Japanese irons, and I ended up going and getting a Panasonic, which I like because that was I got that one, I think. I can't remember if I got them in the same year because sometimes I buy irons and I don't pull them out the box, as I'm telling you all. And so I don't know when I had what iron and when I started using it. But that I've had that Olisso iron. I bought it in Paducah. I want to say I bought it the year that Deb Quilts bought her Elissimo Gold. And that's the same year I bought that iron. That's been so long ago I can't even remember. And I remember using it right away because when I did my test on the Panasonic iron, I knew that iron was not going to be my replacement iron. I already knew that because it gets hot. It does very well for piecing blocks for your block units, but it's not something you want to press yardage with because it's so small. You'll be ironing for 13 years trying to press a quilt back with that Panasonic. It's just too tiny for that. I didn't have two of this one. 2, 4. I think my bobbin's about to run out because I feel it's tugging on my seams. So it's got to be getting close. I only had one of this one in this time. Had 2 in the other ones. And I'm about to sew it on the wrong side. We don't want that. Well, we would leave it because nobody will know it in the long run. If I'm having issues with it here, you definitely are not going to see it. There it goes. Okay. Raise my thread, raise my presser foot. And then it'll pull the bobbin out instead of dropping that little piece if I cut it. All right, 1. I think I got 27, 3 sets. So that's good. 3 out of 9. Maybe I got 4. I might have been sewing more than I think. Well, no. Yeah, I did. Because this is another one. The same fabric is on top in all the stacks. So, I've been sewing. Oh, I got more pieces than I thought. All right, here's the end. All right, those are the color ones. These are the neutral background. Hi, Shelly Sews. Rent paid on the way in. Thank you. And Betsy says, I'm working on piecing some back. So, to give to my favorite long armor. I had so many of Betsy's quilts. I started to feel like they were mine. I see Betsy every month. She's in my scrap club. And so, you know, she was giving me one quilt at a time because she said that, you know, then every now and then she might give me 2. And then it was like, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I'm like, girl, all they gonna do is sit. It's not gonna bother me. I'm gonna sleep. That is one thing that has never not made me sleep, is worrying about quilting. But I really like, before I started doing all the YouTube live chats, I was getting my quilts out within 30 days. Well, YouTube and now retreats, it don't happen anymore. So, but they have grace with me. They know I haven't forgot about them. And then when I do them, like Betsy, I had so many quilts of hers. I can't remember. I counted the number, and I can't remember how many quilts of hers I've quilted. It's blocking right now, but it's a lot. And when I told you all I was quilting her quilts, she didn't think, because I've never done that before, where I gave her 4 quilts. I gave her all 4 of her quilts. I had 4 of them here. Gave her all 4 of them, and she was talking about, I didn't think you was gonna have all 4 of them. Just pay me when you get it. When you get it, once I quilt quilts, I don't want them in my house, because it's okay for the quilts and the quilt backs to be. My batting is compact, but once I go and put that batting into the quilt and quilt it, they get big and bulky, and it's like, okay, now it's time for you to go, because I have no place for you. I have a container that I put all my quilts in, and then I have one lady that gives them to me on a hanger. So I have a big magnet on the back of one of my doors. Uh-oh, are you not sewing? Okay, let's cut you. You're not being nice. Okay. I'm going to make sure this bobbin is in here right. I feel like it is. It just was a bad start, but, you know, since we've had the issue, I like to make sure. Oops. It didn't even cut the thread. Take it out. Look at everything. Yeah, because see, I've got an extra piece of thread here, too. And we don't need that. Another pieces of thread. Lots. Yeah, that's why you know, go down there and take a peek. Okay. I can't even see it. It has a little groove for it, but it don't sometimes want to go that way. It's sitting right there at the groove and won't snap in. When I was at the machine repair place, of course it went straight in. It went straight in, okay? No problems. So it's me. It's not the machine, it's me. I just want to put this back on. Close that up. Okay. These are the extra pieces, but we don't want to put them on our pretty block. So I haven't cut any more African fabric at all, not even for my project. So we're just chilling on that. And I see Betsy back. She been away having a good time. She missed a few chats. It's because I'm starting on a corner, on a half square triangle corner, and it doesn't like it. Can you imagine if it was pointed? It would really be acting up. So, let's see. Hi, Cynthia Shade. Maxine says, I went to my 50th, and that is the only one I'll go to. I've been saying I need to go to at least one of them, but I haven't. They have picnics every year. Maybe I should, instead of committing to a class reunion, maybe I just need to commit to a picnic. And then you get to see all the classes just to see if it, what's going on. And I remember one of the line dancers saying that she graduated from O'Fallon. And I can't remember if we're the same age or like close in age, or if I'm older than her. I can't remember, but she would be a good person to go with. So I'm thinking maybe next summer I'll contact her and see if she wants to go to the picnic. Start out with baby steps. Baby steps. I guess I should have pressed some of these so you could see some of the fabrics, like, But again, this is only like 6 fabrics maybe. I'll finish this one, this set, because I'll show you I think it's 6 pieces, because if it's 7, one of them is a duplicate. So I'm going to run out of half square triangles because I didn't realize I had 7. I counted for 6. 9 times 6 is 54. But I thought I had duplicates of some, so we'll find out in a minute. I got that set over there that I can press, and it still might be one that, I just might have had one extra piece of fabric or something and just had a couple of them. But let's go down here and get a set and see how many pieces this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yes, I'm gonna run out of half square triangles here. I got plenty in my long arm area where I'm cutting, so it's not like I already got them cut. Okay. So I'll have enough. I just don't know how many I need, so I need to wait till the end to determine how many I need. So it's more than 54. Cynthia saying her rent's paid. Thank you, ma'am. Cynthia Shade from Chicago. Jacqueline Mason's here. Says, I love that block, Miss T. Do you have a pattern? Yes, I just made it because I keep having people ask me for it. It's going to be $12 with shipping on the pattern. So yes, I do have a pattern. And I'm making kits too, but I just wanted to show you some of the fabrics. Like I said, this is only 6 fabrics. I've used over 50 fabrics. So this is just a set that I miscut. So they're all florals. And then I've got the fabric in those 2 blocks as well. Yeah. This is one where I was saying I go to the small, medium, and large prints. So I use them all, even modern prints. And I think it gives my quilt more interest when I do that. So these are pieces that I miscut, like the chisels. The chisels were too short, so these are not true chisels. Well, they are chisels, but they're not the size I need. So that's why I am sewing them. I'm not doing this pattern is called Hour to Friendship. So, but yeah, I don't have it on my website yet. If you want it, email me and I'll just send you an invoice, or you can pay me via PayPal and then send me your shipping address. $12 and it includes shipping. I'm just going to put it in like one of those half-size manila envelopes like what Sharon had, but I'll have like a 6x9, so it'll go into that. And that'll be all you'll get. No free extras with that because I will send it as regular mail. It'll be oversized regular mail, but they won't let you put anything in it but paper. So I can't put anything else in it. I can send you a sticker. I can sneak that in, but I can't do anything else. So. I remember I put the little wristlets into the regular business envelope, and I had to end up taping them down and all of that type of stuff. And I'm like, this is too much work. So I haven't been shipping envelopes out in a minute though, so haven't had to do it. Because I don't want them to open my package and see something in there and then they hold your mail. They won't deliver it because it's not what it's supposed to be. So Paula M is here. I'm late but here. You're here when you're here. Thank you for coming. And Sue Allen came in too. I thought she had already came in and her rent's paid. Thank you. And then Claudette Bettis is also here. Maxine says, oh, Mary F says, I keep saying Maxine. Mary F says, I need a kid. Yes, ma'am. Email me and I'll let you know. The kit has the pattern in it as well. And then it has 20 of these blocks. And you could put them together, be 48 by 60. Or you can put sashing in between, sash around the outside, and then put another border out there, and you'll end up with a twin size quilt. So I have 20 blocks. You have 360 pieces that are pre-cut already. Where did I got it over there in Jersey's chair. I'll show it to you. 1, 2, 3. I got 3 more sets to go. And I'm going to be short some half square triangles by however many of that duplicate set I had. So I don't know what that is yet. So I'm going to have to go get more half square triangles if I'm going to finish it on a live. But they should already be cut. I don't think I got that many that I don't have them pre-cut already. I would be surprised. Because I don't remember seeing the doubles too many times. Maybe twice. Maybe. We'll see. So who all watched Dottie's studio tour video that I put out yesterday? What do you think about that studio? I almost thought I was going to try to hide out and stay in her space. All I needed was my own fabric and my own quilt tops and stuff, because I could have stayed there. I was thinking about moving in. Beautiful studio. I was going to use a white tone on tone because I was going to just, and I've told you I was going to use green. I didn't tell you I was going to use white tone on tone because I got some of those fabrics I need to get rid of too. But I'm like, I couldn't do it. It's like, I don't want to sell something that I don't want. I'm not one of, I do use tone on tone fabrics in the background, but I wouldn't do it on this quilt because it would be too expected. I would do it on something where you wouldn't expect it. And I might do like a white tone on tone with some African prints because you wouldn't expect it. But I didn't want to put them with the florals because they would be expected. Green would have been expected. So I'm like, no, not going to do that. So that's why I just said I'm going to use pale orange and medium color orange. So that's why I have these colors, because I like my stuff to be different. And most of the stuff I make, you all like. So I'm thinking y'all might like a little bit different too. So I made the kits for me as if I would want to purchase them and enjoy it. So Minnie said she did. She hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed it. So, they watched it. She watched the studio tour. That was my last question. So thank you, Minnie. And Cynthia watched it, and Maddie said it was saying wonderful. She said it was wonderful. Sue says that studio tour was fabulous. Absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, I thought when I went down there, because some houses don't have full basements. They might be 3/4 or half. And that's why I asked her the question if I thought that was a pantry to the kitchen, since she had a full kitchen down there. And that was the utility closet. So I had missed that door the first time. I was at Dottie's house, maybe, I said 40 minutes in the video because I just didn't want y'all to know. But I probably was there an hour and a half before we cut the camera on. Dottie, I think she was so honored that I was there. And she's a talker, as you all know. And so I can talk when it's something that I'm on topic with. And she had so much information to share that I was there an hour and a half talking to her before I even pressed record. I'm like, come on, Dottie, we got to get started. I was trying to make sure you were comfortable before we got on camera. If you do something or say something you don't want, or if I think it's not going to make you look good, then I will cut it out, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't care. You don't even have to edit it. But I did edit it because I just wanted to make sure. But I kept having squirrel moments because stuff was so pretty. It was so much in the room that even as I was videotaping, I still missed some things. And so it was like, oh my God. And the way she quilted that circle quilt, you would never believe. She used the Statler software, which is not the easiest software to learn to use. And she has a circle spiraling out from the middle all the way around to the outside. But think about the fact that you cannot quilt that whole quilt in one row. So she made sections, and then she had to go into those sections and take out the quilting for the friendship stars that she wanted to put something else in, or no, she didn't want the circle going through those. It was amazing when she explained to me how she did that. I've done a lot of stuff. Butler will not do how she quilted that circle quilt. That's where the Statler software shines, except that it's going to cost you 4 times as much money to get it, okay? But it was very interesting. And she says she took like very basic class. You know how when you first start, they don't, they're not expecting you to be excelling. Sometimes the people selling you the stuff don't fully know what the software can do, don't fully understand it. But she has sat down and has figured out Corey can use that software. Tucker can use that software. I've never had it, so I knew I wasn't going to have it because I was not going to pay more for software than I paid for my machine. I just was not going to do it. I just couldn't understand why I would do that, so I didn't do it. So I knew I wasn't going to ever have it, so I've never taken any classes on Statler, any of that. I'm like, I don't need it in my life because I'm never going to do it. I buy what I want. But if it's something sufficient, then I'll go that route. That's cheaper. I just didn't feel like I was going to be doing that type of level of quilting. I know somebody that can, though, if I need that. I would just hire Dottie. And she's not taking customers. But I kind of believe she would quilt a quilt for me if I begged her. Like, really beg. Yeah. So I got, how many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 left. But I've got 4 half square triangles. I told you I thought I only saw it twice. I have a pretty decent memory that way. I didn't think I had too many because I thought it was only 6 fabrics. So only 2 of them had 7. So now I got 56. That's easily dividable by 4. So that makes it even better. And I can use these extra 4 too. These can go in there too because they're all different sizes. So I'm going to put those with this. The blocks are just extra blocks. I can do anything with, use them on a bag, use them in a sampler quilt, scrappy quilt. So yeah. Let's see. Betsy says, I just met Dottie back in early September. It's funny because when you first told me that Dottie said that I had recorded her studio, and I'm like, I don't remember recording Dottie's studio. I recorded, I figured out what it was that I did, but now I'm blocking because it was so many years ago, but it wasn't her studio. I can't remember I was at a quilt show and I met Dottie and we talked for a long time. She's in the Modern Quilt Guild. That's where I first met her, and I saw a lot of her quilts in the show, and then I saw that she had quilted a lot of quilts. And when I go to quilt shows, y'all already know sometimes I'm all up close showing you all the quilting that somebody did. Shouldn't I have 2 extra half square, two extra chisels? Like, what did I do with the chisels? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I got enough half square triangles here. Everything is sold, I think. And we'll find out in a minute once I start cutting them apart. All right, last half square triangle that I have in my hand. I don't know. Maybe I counted the stack like when I was cutting, and I just didn't remember counting them. But right now I don't have any pieces. That's why I was looking like, huh? I just did a count and thought that I was too short, but hey, unless they flew around the room, I sure don't see them. So I got quite a few of these. And then if I put them on the border lengthwise, where their longest point, you know, they'll take up more space going around. So, yep, I think I probably got enough to go around a quilt, even the short ones. And like I said, I can add in spacers if I need to. So, this is gonna be cool. These are going one way, the other ones are going the opposite direction, so that'll be interesting. I'm still going to put them over here in this stack. I'll figure that out when I as I'm working on it. Maybe they'll be in the corners. I don't know. All right. So we still got 20 minutes. I'm going to take these off, put them down here, just so I can keep them all together. I got to cut the iron back on. And I probably don't, I don't know how much water I got in there. So that was pretty funny. And then I ended up seeing her Facebook post, Betsy, once you told me that she said I had recorded her. I know where I recorded her now. It was at the Ferguson Library. She had a Martin Luther King quilt. She did a quilt of I Have a Dream, and she did it in quilty alphabets. And I went and bought fabric that was a text background, because eventually one day I'm going to do one of his as well. So that's where I recorded her, and she is on my YouTube page if you Google Ferguson Quilt Show, because I only recorded one of those. So Ferguson Quilt Show. She did a fantastic quilt. You might want to look at that video. And I should have mentioned that in the thing, because I figured it out when I was talking to her, but I forgot to mention it in the video. Dolores says, Dottie Studio be a dream come true for me. I loved it. Holly Duvall's here saying, I watched the tour today. She has a fantastic space, and I really like her organization ideas. Loved it. And I just saw where she had posted a couple pictures on her Facebook page, and I'm like, she, you know, some people, they don't show what they have because they don't want to come off as bragging. And then also, when you are a long arm quilter and people think we charge too much money, you know, you sometimes don't want to put it out there because people think that's what you did with the money they paid for quilting. No, we really don't get paid for the number of hours that we put into a quilt, especially with Dottie doing most of her quilts were custom, and she's now getting away from that because people don't want to pay for that. We never get paid when we do custom. That's why I don't do it for people. I'll do my own and sometimes I'll look at the quilt and I go, I'm not doing that, and I put it all over Panto. It looks just fine. But and because it's computerized, people think, oh, it's computerized. But Dottie is actually, and I do too with my butler, we're talking to this computer. We're telling this computer, this is what we want you to do, and we're not taking anything else from it. Most people can't even use the software to the level that she's using that software. So you need to pay for the talent. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. Judy Smith is here, says she watched it and am jealous. Right. Right. Y'all know that I try to get a variety of studios, the magnificent ones, that are supersized, and I like to go to somebody that's like quilting in a space like me, because, and I tell people, although they never do it, and I do understand because your studio is going to be on television, I tell them, don't clean it up. Just let me come to your studio and show them what you're working with, especially if you're in a bedroom, because you have to walk out and just close the door. That's all people have. If you're constantly putting stuff up and then you only got 15 minutes to sew one day, you're going to spend that 15 minutes taking the stuff back out. So, but I've never had anybody that just left their sewing room. Now, Kevin, his room is always neat. So he didn't have to clean or do anything in his room because it's always that way. The only thing that you would see in Kevin's room for him to be considered clutter is if he's going through fabric that somebody has donated, because he used to do Quilts of Valor as well. He knows a lot of quilters and they just donate fabric to him. So then if he's sorting through fabrics, and then Kevin puts everything up by color, even his scraps, even his strings, and then his yardage. So all of it is by color. So he has 3 different storage systems by color. So Kevin would consider his space junky when he's doing that, but it's still as neat as any other quilt spot that I've ever seen on a regular basis. He's not cleaning it to be cleaning it just so somebody can see it. So he's got a clean space. Let's see. Remo's reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. So thank you, Remo. I don't want people to forget before you leave. We got 15 more minutes left. If you are new in the chat and you're able to chat, that means you are a subscriber, have been a subscriber for at least 2 days. You can post any quilt related questions in the chat. I'll try to answer those as well. And appreciate you being here. If you'd like to ask questions and get involved in the chat, you need to be a subscriber to order to chat, because I don't want any trolls chatting. It's not nice things that they put. They put things in about children, calling adults vulgar names. So I don't like people. So I have stopped opening up my chat to just the public to chat. You can watch, but you can't comment. That's why if you're just watching and you're not a subscriber, why you don't see the chat, you're not able to chat. But you can also post on the outside of any video in the comment section, and I will see your question that way as well. So you can still ask a question, you just can't ask it during a live chat. Let's see. Maddie, yeah, just email me and then I'll give you information about the kit. I have this kit, which is called Hour to Friendship, and then I have the floral, because while I had the floral fabrics out, I was cutting for 3 different projects. For Hour to Friendship, for there's 30 blocks in the, what is it called? Crazy Quilt block. And then I have not cut for the Take 5s, because I'm going to do Take 5 in florals as well. So when I had all of those floral fabrics out, I cut for 3 different kits with the fabrics. The Take 5 don't need any background. The Crazy Quilt block didn't need any background. This was the only one that needed background and accent, and it is peachy orange and this medium orange. So that is the color, and I think they look beautiful with the florals. Let's see. Sue says, I watched it, enjoyed the tour, think my sewing room is as large. So that's cool. And I know Judy, I think it's Judy, has a she shed, and it's really nice. And she showed us pictures of it over on the Facebook page group long time ago. And she has that space decked out. She even got a comfortable place to sit and lounge where she can do some hand stuff. So that was just cool. I love nice spaces. I like my space too, because that's all I have. So it doesn't matter what size space you have, long as you're able to get your stuff done. Even if you're on a dining room table and got to put it up every night, it's better than not having a stress relief at all. So I do love it, because that's what quilting is for me, is a stress relief. Linda Gray says she loved her space. Remo says, loving the fabric, thank you. Sue says, did any fly on the floor to your left? I felt like I should have 2 more, but since I didn't have the half square triangles, I said I'm not going to worry about it. But I don't see it. I got stuff back here for retreat. I just moved one retreat bag out because I finished that one. I guess I could move this one out too, because I forgot I finished that one. But I think I need it here because I've been thinking about something else. So I don't see it. Unless, did it go in this bag? Nope. It's not on my, I got my cutting board up here with all those little pieces I cut. The scraps from Cotton Cuts. Who copied my idea, by the way? I'm looking under the chair. I'll find them. When I'm least expecting them, they'll show up. That's how it always happens. I saw the studio video. I loved her house. Yes, and her whole house. Like she said, she had been there 4 years, so the basement was already done thank God for her. She says she's gonna do the floor because it has carpet, but that carpet was nice and plush. But she's gonna take the carpet out because she doesn't want want to sew on carpet. So she's taking that out, and that's all she's got to do to that room, to her area. And she doesn't have to do that. But upstairs, she was showing me how she had remodeled the kitchen and stuff, and they had redone different walls. And she said she ended up realizing that after she had been staying there for a little while, that it was the same layout as a house she had lived in previously and hadn't even known it when she first moved in. But the whole house was fantastic. Okay. I think with the basement room, she said it was like 5 bedrooms. That's a big house. And she downsized. She downsized on this house. So that was funny. It's like, girl. Linda says T would step into mine and then step back and say, please take a few minutes and clean up Alanda. That's Linda. Girl, I'm over here. I would say nothing because I got the worst situation right here being a business. I was doing just fine until COVID, and then I started selling this and selling that and selling this and selling that. And I have no space for all the stuff that I was selling. I was supposed to by now have had a shed. Well, my city is blocking that, so I'm trying to figure that part out. And in the interim, I went and put my money into, what did I put it in? A CD, a certificate of deposit. So now I don't even have access to my money. So I'm hoping, I got to remember, I got on my calendar a date that I need to pull that money out. Otherwise, it automatically renews. And I'm not trying to do that because I would be really upset if I forget something happened and I forget to download my money back. I will probably pass out, okay? Because I would have to wait another year. But I did put it on my calendar so I wouldn't forget. So I'm hoping that works out. And hopefully, I'm not going to get a shed. I need to start looking. Wintertime is probably not the best time to be looking. So I'll wait till spring. Wait till spring. And then I'm thinking about getting a trailer. But I won't want... I'm trying to decide what I want, how much I want to spend. That's the problem. Because I'm trying not to pull money out of my 401k. But y'all already know I don't like debt. So I'm not going to go into anything where I have debt unless they got 0% interest. But most of them places are not going to have 0% interest. I wonder if I can go to Ford and see if they'll give me a loan on a trailer at 0% interest. I get my cars at 0% interest. But I don't think Ford sells that type of stuff. They'll sell the big box van, stuff like that. Ambulance type stuff. But I want it I want the walls up already. I want electricity in there. I don't have to have a bathroom. I don't have to have a bed, all of that type of stuff. So, but I'm going to get a trailer. And whatever I get, whatever's in there, I'm going to make it work for quilting. Because that's where I want to do all of I want that to be my store. And not necessarily like a store, but I want it for my die cutting area. That's the main thing. Because when I'm die cutting, like now, I get tired of standing from pressing fabric, tired of cutting fabric to prep it, to put it on the dies. And then I get tired of rolling them through the dies and I got to separate. So after I do that for about 4 hours, I need a break. And I can't use my long arm because that's where I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm using the pressing areas as well when I'm sorting through stacks. So I'm having issues with when I'm die cutting. That's why I don't have any kits in stock, because when I'm die cutting, and I also have fat quarter kits that I restock. Those are African and Cars though. But maybe I should have made fat quarter floral bundles, but I didn't. I did not. Yeah, so I want a place where I can die cut and not have to move it. So that's the main reason why I need some more space. Now, I've been seeing all over my neighborhood where people are using trailers. Well, they're using them. They've got trailers in their yard. I believe they're living in them. I believe their extended families are in them, because, you know, nowadays most households are not single family anymore. Sometimes it's 2 and 3 generations living in one. Well, you got 2 if you got kids, but you have your parents living with you. So you've got 2 or 3 generations living in one house. And so I think some people are getting those and using them outside, because I see them plugged in all the time. So I feel like that must be legal, long as I have the plates on it current. So that's why I'm going that route. And I'm not asking this time. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going, if I get a ticket after the fact, I'll get a ticket after the fact. I'll deal with it. But I'm not going so that they don't bust my bubble. I'm going to have it already. So I'm not asking any more questions. When I went asking, being nice, they told me I needed a concrete pad, and I didn't want to spend $10,000 or more on a concrete pad. I wasn't going to do that, because this was going to be a large shed. And I needed to connect it to my patio that was already there. Otherwise, it would have looked stupid floating right next to it. So I wasn't going to do that. And I even had issues with getting concrete companies to come out and give me bids too. It was like pulling teeth. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a trailer. I'm not going to get a RV. I'm getting a trailer, because it will only probably be pulled to retreat, and that's it. Because I'll use it to transport everything to retreat, so I don't have to rent a U-Haul. So that'll probably be the only time that it gets moved. All right. All sewed, all pressed, -2 somewhere. I'm just looking to see if it blew out this way. Hi. So, I don't know. When I counted, I had 4 half square triangles and I had 6 pieces. And I don't know what had happened. Trying to make sure they didn't get under here. I'm not going to worry about it, because I got all of this was extras. See, this is all of this would have been in the trash can, and I wasn't having that. That's going to be in a quilt. Linda says, oh, okay, I read hers. Shelly says, custom quilting is very time consuming, even if it's computerized. Right. People think just because something is computerized, that has nothing to do with it. You got to have the talent to get that thing to stitch so that it stitches right. And say you've got a partial row where something is shaped like this, like feathers. You have to put a partial row up, because otherwise at the top of your quilt, you'll have a space 3 inches big. I don't go anymore. I try to do like 1 inch. Otherwise, I need to put a partial row onto that, and that takes some education and training and know-how. People don't understand what it takes to quilt somebody's quilt. And now I'm in the process of ripping a quilt. It happens. This is probably my 3rd time I've had to rip a quilt since I've been long arm quilting. And I got my machine in 2015, but I have 2 other friends before me that I used to use their machines and quilt on. So I've been long arm quilting for a long time. So yeah, but this is my 3rd time in my life having to rip out a quilt, and it's time consuming. So, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And Kevin talking about Kevin, also known as Mr. Clean. Don't you start. Don't you start. You know where my brain went. My husband asked me, did I start an Etsy shop? That's Remo. Girl, I'm like kind of disgusted and frustrated with myself, although I'm giving myself grace because it's my city's fault. I would have had that shed. When I told y'all about that shed was already gonna be delivered. All I had to do was make final payment. The reason why I didn't make the final payment was because they needed to get the building permit from my city. So I had to figure that part out. And then I found out they had to have the fire department come and do an inspection. I'm like, fire department? What in the world? All of that is what it was going along just fine. And then it came to a screeching halt. Hi, Jersei. Y'all get to see Jersey now. You're losing your shoe, girl. Look at that. Come on. She ain't gonna pay y'all no attention because she looking at her tablet. Thank you, Ben, for remembering to bring her up. Whoops. Look at Jersei. Yeah, look at Jersei. Yeah, you Gigi's girl. Huh? Are you Gigi's girl? Huh? I call her baby long legs. She's not 2 yet. She'll be 2 in December. End of December. Yep. Let's stand her up so you all can see her disappear. Look at these legs. Not even 2 yet. Your shoe came off. I got you, baby. She said, I want to sit down. There you go. I got your shoe. Oh, you talking about me? Telling me to give you your shoe back? Huh? Huh? Did you stomp today? Huh? Did you stomp? Is she over here working that tablet? Stomp. Stomp. Let me see. Oh, Remo says, but we went to the Quilt Expo and left me, came back with bags of fabrics and notions and patterns. He said he had some ideas. Now, he the one that come back with the stuff. That's funny. But her husband shops for her and her brother, which I think is really awesome. Holly says, I have squirrel brain and my space reflects that. I always several things going on at once. And that's my thing. It's like I have so many different things that I'm into. Quilt lectures, quilt classes, and then YouTube regular, and then the retreats, trying to do my own projects, Scrap Quilting Club. I'm doing stuff for my quilt guild, the big quilt guild, and I'm now quilt show chairperson. She's starting to see stuff. She's picking up my wood press. I'm moving the snips. But yeah, it's like I have to pick. When I wake up, I have to decide, like, what am I gonna do today? And that's the only thing I can do. And I can't stress over it, because if I stress over it, then I'll take the entire day off and I'll just sit down and do nothing all day, because it's like it's stressing me out. But yeah, so it's just a lot. Sean said, oh, wait a minute. That's not Sean. I'm skipping somebody. Judy says, yep, I call it my quilt cave now, laughing out loud. Just so that was Judy. I had the right name. Sometimes I get, it's a lot of y'all and one of me. She's finna cause an avalanche. Come here, Jersei. Sit up. She trying to get what she can get in front of this pad, but she don't want to hold it. It must be getting heavy. I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm way close to the phone now. Does fabric dry rot if you keep it in a plastic tub? You know what? I hear people say that about quilts. And I see people storing fabric in plastic tubs. I think the sun is what dry rots your fabric quicker than anything if it's in the sun. I have also known people that either buy the tubs that have holes in them or they put holes in the bottom of the tub or the sides of the tub to give the tub some room to breathe. So I've seen quite a few studios where people have had, ma'am, no, 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 no. No, don't you laugh at me. I see that smile. I see the smile. She getting ready to smile when she knows she getting into trouble. No, no, no. So, I don't think it matters. I think a lot of people have had other types of issues and have put one particular thing on something and not really disclosed 100% everything. And I think we got a lot of these things. They say never do this because of things like that. I've done just about everything and haven't had a problem with anything. They'll tell you not to mix old fabric. Like when I first started quilting in 1994, they'll tell me not to mix 1994 fabric with 2024's fabric 30 years apart. I'm like, no, I haven't had any problems with that. So if I haven't had any problems, what's the deal? You can buy a piece of thin fabric today. Fabric to me was pretty thick back then, especially quilt shop fabric. So let me go back up here, make sure we get everybody's questions before I get up. It's 10:07. Y'all know I haven't eaten, right? Hold on. Let me go back up here. I want to read the comments. So that was a good question, Minnie. Janet says, do you not have the gypsy cutter to do that? I have one and love it. Gypsy cutter to cut what? Fat quarters? I don't know what you're asking me. I do have the stripology ruler, if that's what you're asking me. Although GE will tell you something else, I have cut, die cut, and I've regular cut, and I've used gypsy cut ruler, and I've the stripology ruler, and I've also used the June Taylor ruler. And they're just not as accurate as the other things, in my opinion. I have used them and I will continue to use them, but they're not the most accurate in my opinion. My opinion. Okay, hold on. Sean says, I love my space, but I am in the process of reorganizing it. Unfortunately, the long arm will stay where it is. But do you see yourself? You laughing at yourself. I'm sure they just going cray-cray in the comment section now. You actually took your binky out and smiled. Do you see Jersei? Look at Jersei. Say, go Jersei, go Jersei, go Jersei. Go Jersei, go Jersei, go Jersei, go Jersei, go Jersei. Look at you. You're being really nice today. They saying, wow, you're tall. No, you don't want to mess with the bike. Good evening, Sheila. She says it's 91 degrees in Houston today. Oh my goodness. And I'm hoping I got. So that's all a person need is a binky and a tablet. That's from Sue. Yes. Kevin to my there's a gunka kibbings. Girl. To my Jersey girl. Why you got a pen? Why are you no. And you holding it because you knew you weren't supposed to have it. Ooh-wee. Oh. You want to come to Gigi? Huh? We got to change your diaper. What? You lost your shoe again. They say you are a big girl. Hey, Joe Cornell. Linda says she's a squirrel brain too. She's a cereal crafter. Yeah. Yeah, look at you. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. You gonna sing? Nope. Let Gigi do the singing, don't you? You let Gigi do it. You want to tell them bye-bye? Say wave, wave, wave. Goodbye. You gonna wave goodbye? You just tell them bye. No. No, that's not good. She don't like being told no. It hurts her feelings. It hurts her feelings. Look at Gigi's girl. Look at Jersey flying in the air, 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 air. Look at Jersey flying in the air. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at Jersey flying in the air, 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 air. Look at Jersey flying in the air. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at you. That's Gigi's girl. What, you found another moment, something else to mess with, another light? You can't get the light. Well, guys, we're going to end here. I just wanted you all to see Jersey since she was here. And I will see you all Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour chat. Don't know what we'll be working on. Can you sit for just a minute? And I will see you all then. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. Bye-bye. She think I'm talking to her. She says bye-bye.